Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to take part 2 of human reproductive system. In this video, we will discuss about female reproductive system. Let's start. So the female reproductive system consists of a pair of ovaries. These are the ovaries, right and left ovary. Left and right ovary, a pair of oviduct. These are the two oviducts, or we can say fallopian tubes. Uterus, this is the uterus, which have three different layers. We will discuss in next section of this video. Cervix, this is the pore in between uterus and vagina. Okay, and the vagina, this is the structure, and external genitalia located in pelvic region. Okay, so external genitalia which not shown in this diagram because of this is the internal structure of female reproductive system. Okay, and a pair of mammary gland also supports the processes of reproduction. So now we will discuss the ovaries, and later on all these organs involved in female reproductive system in detailed manner. Okay, so shape of the ovary is about almond shape. It will begins from the rounded or spherical shape, and then oval shape, and finally it becomes almond shape. Okay, so till the maturity, we can say till the puberty, it becomes almond shape, and before this it is present in the form of in shape of oval like structure. Okay, the size of ovary is approximate 4 into 8 centimeter. There are two ovaries are present in human female reproductive system, one right ovary and one left ovary, and the color of ovary is approximate whitish brown. And don't think about this position. Okay, don't think about this position. Okay, and the ovaries are primary female sex organ that produces the female gametes. You know very well about this. You already studied in class 10th. Primary female sex organ means these are the chief reproductive organ of female reproductive system, responsible for production of ovum, or we can say oogenesis, which is related to the formation of ovum or female gamete. Okay, and the several steroid hormones are also secreted by the ovary. Basically these two hormones, one is the estrogen and progesterone. These two hormones are basically, और इसके अलावा भी हो सकते हैं, होंगे definitely. So these two hormones plays very important role in menstrual cycle. We will study later on. Okay, so next we will these are the two functions, two important functions of ovary. One is the oogenesis, and the second secretion of hormones like estrogen and progesterone, which played a very important role in we can say a menstrual cycle. And we will study about this. Each ovary is covered by thin epithelium which enclose the ovarian stroma. Okay, so this is the covering layer, the thin epithelium, जो ovary के stroma को cover करके रखता है. ठीक है, and which divides into a peripheral cortex and inner medulla. So if we will think about the structure of the ovary, then this is what this is peripheral region. Sorry. So this is the peripheral region, which is what peripheral cortex, and the later on this is the medulla. Okay, so we will continue. Each ovary contains mature ova, egg in follicles. जब ovary का structure हम देखेंगे, तो this is the ovum. This is the ovum, but the ovum is covered by a number of cell layers, and these cells are called as follicle cells. Follicle cells which deposited over the ovum, and they also provide nourishment to the developing ova. So female bonds with lifetime supply of eggs. These eggs are generally in the form of a secondary spermatocyte. In the form of secondary spermatocyte, actually, the development of secondary oocyte, not spermatocyte. It is secondary oocyte. So we can say that the development of oocyte, we can say the process of oogenesis will started in embryonal period in female individuals. मान लिया जाए कोई गर्ल बेबी है, उसका जो डेवलपमेंट हो रहा है, उस डेवलपमेंट अंडर डेवलपमेंट प्रोसेस जब वो अपनी मदर के यूट्रस में है, एट दैट टाइम द प्रोसेस ऑफ oogenesis started, and the number of oocytes, secondary oocytes especially, are formed in that particular female fetus. These are approximately this number of secondary oocytes are formed in that particular girl baby. लेकिन उस गर्ल बेबी के बर्थ से प्यूबर्टी के बीच में ऑलमोस्ट approximate 90% of these oocytes has been degenerated, and only this number of oocytes remain in the ovary. ठीक है, बर्थ के पहले ही oocytes बन जाते हैं उसकी ओवरी में, और जब बर्थ से मैच्योरिटी तक हो जाती है, प्यूबर्टी तक जाती है, तब तक इतने ही ओवम सिर्फ उसकी ओवरी में बच जाते हैं. रेस्ट ऑफ मतलब उसके बर्थ से लगाकर उसकी प्यूबर्टी तक oogenesis की प्रोसेस नहीं होती, यानी कि नए ओवम नहीं बनते हैं. जो ओवम पहले से उसकी ओवरी में है, दैट बिकम्स मैच्योर्ड एंड दे विल टेक पार्ट इन द प्रोसेस ऑफ वी कैन से फर्दर डेवलपमेंट. और मेंस्ट्रुअल साइकिल में वो in every cycle one oocyte becomes matured, and it will be ovulated by the process of oogenesis, ovulation we can say. So to more think about this, egg is the largest human cell, and ovary are located in lower abdomen. मैंने जो वहाँ आपको पोजीशन के बारे में उसको उस पॉइंट को हमने कट कर दिया था, तो यहाँ पर आप देख लीजिए, ovaries are located lower abdomen, in lower abdomen, one left and on one right side, one left and one right side. So this is the structure of ovary. We can explain by the developing follicles in the ovary. This is the primary follicle, a single, we can say, ovum which is not covered by any follicle cell, and the secondary follicle, the ovum is covered by a layer of follicle cells, and the secondary follicle, then this may be a tertiary follicle. This is the tertiary follicle, okay, tertiary follicle with more number of follicle cells around the ovum, and one small antrum is also present, and this tertiary follicles change into, this is the tertiary follicle, this should be tertiary follicle, and this should be the Graafian follicle. And now the Graafian follicle considered as a matured follicle, and it will be participated in the process of ovulation. So this process from this to this completed within 14 days. On 14 days, this Graafian follicles taking part in this process, ovulation. Now ovum is released into the, we can say, it will be taken by the fimbriae, and then it is transferred into the fallopian tube. And now the remaining part of this ovum, the remaining part of this follicle, Graafian follicles, that particular part from where ovum is released, filled by the blood, and now this structure is changed into corpus luteum. Okay, corpus luteum is the structure which is formed after the process of ovulation, and is responsible for secretion of progesterone hormone from just after the ovulation to approximate, we can say, 24th day till the 72 hours of the ovulation, after the ovulation. Okay, it will maintain its shape and size and continues secrete the progesterone hormone till the 72 hours, and after this it will be degenerated and is changed into corpus albicans. So now fallopian tubes. The thin tubes attached to the upper side of uterus. This is the uterus, and uterus, upper side of uterus. These are the two tubes, one right and one left, attached to the upper side of uterus. Tubes terminate near the ovaries but are not attached. These tubes are terminate near the ovaries. Ovaries के पास terminate हो रहा है लेकिन attach नहीं हो रहा है. This is the fimbriae. These finger-like projections which connect to the ovary are called as fimbriae. Finger-like structures on the end of the each tubes, and now this after the fimbriae, this particular structure is called as isthmus, and the next structure is called as Ampula, and the next structure is called as infundibulum. Sorry, this is what infundibulum. The first one is infundibulum, then the Ampula, and this is what isthmus. Okay. So this is the particular structure. Here. When Ampula and isthmus are connected to each other, that is called as Ampula isthemic junction, and this is the particular point where the process of fertilization takes place. So this is very, very, very important. Many a time this question was asked. So write the name of the part of fallopian tube from where the process of fertilization takes place. So this is what Ampula isthemic junction, the end of Ampula, and the initiation of the isthmus, the particular point where egg is after ovulation, egg will wait for the sperms and it get fertilized. That is the particular part, Ampula isthemic junction. Tubes conduct eggs to uterus by the use of small hairs like cilia. So the ciliated epithelial tissues are present which are responsible for transfer of ovum from this weakness of fallopian tube towards the uterus. So this is the structure of ovary, which we already studied in a previous section. So there is no requirement of further discussion on it. So the uterus, it is a pear-shaped structure, also called as womb. It is consists by three layers: the perimetrium, the outermost layer, external membrane, and myometrium, the middle thick layer. Smooth muscles which exhibit strong contraction during the delivery of baby. This is a fetal ejection reflex (FER) mechanism is related to this process. We will discuss at the time of parturition, in the section of parturition. Endometrium, this is the innermost layer of uterus, which uterine wall, and undergoes cyclic changes during the menstrual cycle. It becomes thicker from first day to about 20 to 22nd or 23rd day, and then becomes whenever the implantation not takes place, it becomes degenerated and releases in the form of menses. So next organ is cervix, and it is located at the inner end of vagina, and opening uterus into the vagina. This is the particular pore which is in between the vagina and uterus, and this particular canal is also called as the cervical canal. This is what cervical canal, along with the vagina it forms the birth canal. This structure is will form the birth canal, and it also responsible for secretion of mucus, which prevents the entry of bacteria from this vagina to uterus, where body also passes through. चलिए इसको बस यहीं तक देखिए. So next one is vagina, or we can say the birth canal. It is also an organ of intercourse. Menstrual blood leaves from the body at the time of menses. Whenever this uterus is degenerated, the This degenerated part releases in the form of menses from this particular organ. Vaginal opening partly remains closed by a thin membrane tissue. This is called as what? The hymen. This membrane is responsible for covering up the pore of vagina. This membrane may be ruptured during any physical activity. It is not, we can say,